What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte. Dillian Whyte believes that Alexander Povetkin pretended that he was sick with COVID-19 to have more time to prepare for their rematch, which is now scheduled for March 27th in that place. Not going to murder the name. I forgot the pronunciation. Is Gibraltar, right? All right, I believe. The two heavyweights have seen their rescheduled several times due to the 41-year-old Povetkin, which now is 36, 2, 1, and 25, needing more time to recover from his COVID-19 illness. But they're finally set to battle it out this month on the zone in front of fans in that particular place. Still, Whyte, 27, 2, and 18, harbors suspicion that the former WBA heavyweight champion Povetkin was making up his illness so that he can use time to get in the best shape possible. It's unclear why it bothers the 32-year-old Whyte so much that Povetkin would want more time to train. Even if Whyte's baseless theory on Povetkin faking his illness was true, it ultimately helps him to have more time because he's coming off a 5-round vicious knockout loss against the WBA heavyweight champion. Trailing after 4 rounds, Povetkin landed an uppercut that knocked Dillian Whyte out. As we know, Whyte didn't look bad off when he did eventually make it to his feet, but it would have ended badly if the referee hadn't pulled the plug on the fight right away. Let me counterpunch. I think maybe Dillian Whyte had suspicion because there were other fights that he could have fought. He could have fought the Ortiz fight. A lot of people, hardcores like myself, wanted to see that fight, despite the age, because Povetkin is the same fucking age. It doesn't matter. We could have saw another fight. We saw how Povetkin and Dillian Whyte happened. Povetkin's not going anywhere. Okay, the rematch, okay, that's because you have a rematch clause doesn't mean you have to activate it right away. He could have fought Luis Ortiz due to his illness and let that be. You know, if that's the case. So him lying, it kind of locks him into the idea of and the desire to still want to fight Povetkin due to illness. If he wasn't sick at all, he could have fought someone else. So I get why Dillian Whyte is the way he is, because he wants to fight more than anything. Okay. Now to counterpunch this particular, who made this? Albert Crane. To counterpunch this, he was like, well, it benefited Dillian Whyte to have more time as well. No, it didn't. Okay, it didn't benefit Whyte, because once he was cleared to fight, Dillian Whyte, a knockout, anybody can get knocked out. Okay, it wasn't like he took punishment for 5 rounds in a brutal fashion. He got knocked out cold. But that doesn't really mean that, hey, this is how deaths occur. Deaths occur when you take constant blows to the head, not one. Okay, constant. See, when someone knocks you out, if the best thing you can do is somebody lays you right out. That puts you out of your misery altogether. That saves you from taking more punishment. This ain't the UFC. They don't have to pounce on you with a hammer fist and no shit like that. So, you know, you're not in any danger of getting a broken nose or a jaw, to those hands in those situations, because this is boxing, okay? When you get hit in boxing, you go down, that's it. If you get hit while you're down, that's a disqualification. Ask Roy Jones Jr. You're supposed to ask Triple G, because he did the same shit to David Lemieux. Just saying. But those things occur when you do that shit in boxing, okay? Dillian Whyte was beating Povetkin. He was beating Povetkin every round. I couldn't give him a round except the 5th, where he put Dillian Whyte down and stayed down, okay? So, no, I don't think that would have benefited Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's thing is he needed to either get that belt back or fight somebody legitimate, okay, like Andy Ruiz, like Luis Ortiz, like those guys. Okay, he could have fought one of those guys if Andy was up for it, which he wasn't, he wasn't up for it. But Luis Ortiz was. Luis Ortiz was like, hey, I'm all aboard. This shit didn't happen, though. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, if I'm Dillian Whyte, I would be pissed off, because if I had a suspicion, you would have knew where to go, despite what somebody told you. If you knew what the real issue was, like, hey, I need more time to train, it is what it is. Or Maybe Dillian Whyte doesn't like the idea of him taking that much time, and you're deceiving me by taking much time because you might be that much more dangerous in the next fight. But if he wanted a true challenge, that's what it is. But he was challenged enough because he knocked him out the first time. So, it's a lot of ways you can think about it. Now, he's really going to be that. So maybe there's some concern with Team Whyte about Povetkin using this time, to get himself up to work on those ripping uppercuts where we know that that is the kryptonite punch for Dillian Whyte. And he only needs one. Okay, so that might have bothered Dillian Whyte. I'm not sure. But I've suspected this before, just like Dillian Whyte, that he did not believe Povetkin. He's training. No, he still has fluid. Oh, no, he's not ready. What they were doing, this is what they were doing. Povetkin was taking his time. If he was sick with the COVID or the flu or whatever, he was taking his time. Why? Because he felt he deserved to take his time, him being the older fighter. That's my belief on that. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to that. Because I think Povetkin was like, well, look, if I'm not 100%, I'm not going in there. And that's only fair. Now, if he was lying, okay, it's some slick shit, but it doesn't cancel Christmas. He still has to fight him. He'll still get the fight. That's the fight he should have took anyway, because that's the fight he got knocked out in. Counterpunch. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Dillian Whyte's suspicion and doubt that Povetkin ever had COVID-19. And by the way, that's nothing really. If he was lying about that, that's something shitty to really lie about. That's not a cool thing to bring up that I have, because people are dying over this shit, right? So that's not cool. But anyway, I just dropped that in there, food for thought. You guys tell me what you think about Dillian Whyte's suspicions over Alexander Povetkin. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.